Hey everyone, just wanted to come on here and give you guys some picks for today. It's the Thursday, the 28th of December. And I just wanted to update you guys on the correlation tool. If you're new here, this is a correlation tool that I use to get all of my correlated daily fantasy sports picks. Right now, we're up 704 units since the middle of August. So this is since this tool has been created. Pretty much what that means is if you've put in $5 on every single bet that this tool has given you, you'd be up $3,500. And if you were a $20 bettor, you'd be up over 14 grand. So you can see really how that scales. I would say to always start small and then build your way up through your accounts. And yeah, I'll show you guys quickly some different plays that we've recently hit. I've been a little bit MIA because of the holidays and all that, but I'll be back posting normally. The first pick here that we hit was an NHL pick, a 6 out of 6. You can see that these are correlated with like a lot of the lesses, so not many shots on goal, and we're going to have an NHL pick later today, later in this video. Here's another great college football play. College football does really, really well just because they're normally more high scoring, a lot more like offense and passing. So this was the Kansas UNLV game that was a couple days ago. Everything went over. Great game, and everything was correlated here. And we can go ahead and hop into our first correlated slip, which is going to be tonight, which is Oklahoma versus Arizona. It's actually the Alamo Bowl. You can see that these are correlated. Why are they correlated? Because we have the quarterback, Jackson Arnold. We have the quarterback for Arizona, Noah Fifita. I don't know how to say his last name, to be honest. But you can see that the correlation comes from the quarterbacks being over passing yards. And then they have a couple of receivers. So 2 receivers on Arizona, 2 receivers on Oklahoma. And those are also over. So if these quarterbacks are going to go over in passing yards, then it's more likely for these receivers to go over in receiving yards, right? Because those quarterbacks are going to be throwing to these receivers. So we'll hope for maybe a shootout, high-scoring game, which a lot of times happens in these college football games, these bowl games. They become shootouts. So hopefully the Oklahoma side and Arizona side have a lot of scoring and passing and all that, and then these will hit here. So that's how they're kind of correlated. Football, it's pretty easy to explain, and this is going to be on PrizePicks. Next play on PrizePicks is going to be the Thursday night NFL game, which is the Jets versus Browns. A lot of high-powered defenses here, so it's going to be a defensive game, but we're still going to take the Moors here just in case it is, there is some scoring and there's some throwing. Joe Flacco's been doing really well. Trevor Siemian has a really low line here at 173. So just a couple like deep balls should get him that. And then same thing here. We have Joe Flacco going over pass yards, and then we have a couple of Cleveland receivers, which is Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman to go over in receiving yards. And then we have Trevor Siemian, who's the Jets QB tonight. I know they've been switching quarterbacks a lot, but Trevor Siemian's the quarterback tonight. And then paired up with Garrett Wilson, right? So that's how that works. If Trevor Siemian throws a lot to Garrett Wilson, it's going to increase their Garrett Wilson's receiving yards, obviously, and then Trevor Siemian's pass yards, and then the same thing with these Cleveland guys. So this is going to be on PrizePicks. Just quickly, if you don't have a PrizePicks account, go down to the pinned comment, and if you click on it, it'll automatically fill in RFF as the code. And when you deposit $100, you'll get a free $100 into your account. So you can start your account with $200. And what I would do is I would just go ahead and throw like $5 on all these picks. And you can see like the first slide here. If you were to put $5 on all these picks over the long term, I'm not guaranteeing that these are going to hit, but over the long term, you're going to be up. And what I would do is as you're increasing your bankroll, increasing your money, then I would turn that $5 into every bet to $10 of every bet, and then $20 in every bet, and then you can kind of scale up from there. Next pick is going to be an NHL pick, which is tonight. You can see that earlier in the video we hit an NHL pick. This is going to be the exact same concept here. Really, when I talk about NHL correlation, I like to talk about the goalie first. You can see that it's less than 30.5 goalie saves, and then we also have the opposing team. The opposing team is going to be less for shots on goal, right? So this goalie is going to be less goalie saves, and the opposing team is going to be less shots on goal, less points, and all that, because the less shots they take, the less shots that the goalie is going to have to save, and you can see how they're kind of correlated there. So that's the last PrizePicks play of today. Now I'm going to go on to underdog. Just have one underdog play, and it's again on this. It's again on underdog, but it's for this Cleveland and Jets game. Same thing here. So we have passing, and then we have the linebackers here being lower in tackles, and then we have the Browns, Joe Flacco going over in passing yards, and then Trevor Siemian going higher in passing TDs, and Garrett Wilson going over receiving yards. 0.5 passing TDs is a really, really low line, so all he has to do is get one passing touchdown, so that should be pretty doable by Siemian. Last pick for today is on Sleeper Fantasy. This might be my first Sleeper Fantasy play. I'm not sure if it is. For Sleeper Fantasy, tonight only, you're going to get a... It actually came yesterday from what they call Wildcard Wednesday, but every Wednesday they do discounted lines. So this Amari Cooper play is actually discounted. His line's normally, I think, in the mid-50s, so I think it was like a 57 or 58, but now it's discounted to 46.5. So I threw that in there just because it should be a pretty free play. His line's discounted like 10, 15 yards. And then I'm also going with this Oklahoma versus Arizona game. So same thing, we have Arnold, who's the quarterback. I think it was Noah Fiftia. I don't know how to say his name. Again, but over passing touchdowns, and then two of the Oklahoma receivers and one of the receivers on Arizona going over in receiving yards. And then we just threw Amari Cooper in there because it's the discounted line. The most you can put on these discounted lines is going to be $10. So that's why I like to pair up like a kind of like 5 or 6 man, because you want to try to get the most use out of that $10 maximum as possible, if that makes sense. So those are the plays for today. I'll be making a video tomorrow to update these plays if any of them hit, and then some plays for Saturday and Sunday NFL action. So thank you guys for watching. Use the codes in the pinned comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, thanks for watching.